It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
Banked by the Ohio River and the city's abundance of hills, we're at Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. Returning it from the 4. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers. You know what I love to say, you never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Laying out for this one, and he makes the catch. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 17. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. He gets 6 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, But it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Burrow to the air now. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Here's Love. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun now for Love. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
So it'll be another 1st and 10 for him, Brock, down at the opposing 37. Love to throw again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Love out of the shotgun. That's caught Tucker Kraft. And he gets him around 6 there. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. And the Bengals bringing out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, third down. Play fake, it's Love. Rolling left, this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Packers are on the move here. On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Bengals all set to go for their second drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, those big guys are taught that if you can't get to the quarterback, guess what you can still do? You can get a pass breakup. That's perfect timing to get his hand up and knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing is Burrow. It is caught left side. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. To throw again, it's Burrow. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. On first down, here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. He'll throw it yet again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. Now Burrow. And the Packers are there. He's hauled down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. They kick the running back in motion. After the sack, another pass on second down. Getting out to his left, and they get to him again. And the back-to-back sacks, nice work by the defense there, sets him up with a third down.
Kate, I can think of an older football video game title where 30 yards to go was the default and easily attainable by an offense. Well, this is not that title, and this is borderline impossible. In fact, I can hear a coordinator saying in the ear to the QB, hey, this call, it's on you. Good luck.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. This return makes it up to the 25. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. We've hit halftime here in Cincinnati. The Bengals carrying a lead into the locker room. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The Bengals got a strong performance in that first half by Joey B, their quarterback, Joe Burrow. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Nixon now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes Green Bay. They have the first series of this second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. On 1st and 10, here's Love. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Love now. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Love from the gun. Watson with the catch. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Still sticking with the passing game. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Packers. Here's Love to throw. Complete on the slant to Watson. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. This is reeled in by Reed. And he drives this forward to the 6. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Love. Forced out to his right. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Jordan Love, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers tie things 10-10. On now is McManus to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. Offense ready to begin this drive, first and 10. Burrow setting up the play action. Oh, he put some heat on. Big gain downfield. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 32 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Well, the offense wanted to spark, and he delivered a lightning bolt. Huge gain that totally changes the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Burrow from the gun. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3 now. Play action now, Burrow. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's able to get this down to the 36. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. Well, we didn't see either side separate through 3. It's all tied at 10 to begin the 4th. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, Burrow to throw. He's got it in the red zone. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You can't start a fire without a spark. Well, how about a lightning bolt? What a huge gain that totally changes the tone of the drive.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has it in close. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, 2nd down coming up.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He's on the move, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 4th quarter lead. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Brock, we all use literally far too often these days, and sometimes in the wrong context, but this guy has literally driven his team to a lead here. His 2nd score puts him in front in this 2nd half.
Yeah, and hopefully some of that determination, that want to, he showed on that run could seep over to his defenders who are right now buckling up with a newly acquired lead. That way the next time he takes the field, well, that lead will still be on the board.
Point after, up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Nixon now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Out now runs the Packer offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. That's incomplete left side. Trying to find his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Love out of the shotgun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going to run for it! And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. Able to get it to Reed. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 32 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Packers losing by 7. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing, Love. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. This one taken in by Kraft. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Escapes the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. This one's caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Packers take their 1st time out. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the 1st. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Back to throw. He's on the move. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now. He's got it. And he winds up out of bounds with things not settled yet, so we've got a flag down. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Love from the gun. Chased out to his right. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Timeout taken by the Packers, their third and final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's second and goal. To the air with Love. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And the Bengals make the play that should win them this game.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Out comes the offense for the Bengals. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bengals pick up the win in this one. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.